Jai Shri Radhe. Shri Shri Ras Viharini Ju Ki Jai Ho. It's day 63, letter 24, verses 15 to 22. Sab Vaishnav Uncle, Sadar Saprem, Sananda Sadenya, Jai Shri Krishna. Verses 15 and 16. So know that time is one of the Lord's powers. In the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, he himself states, of calculations, I am time. Time is a great force and a form of Sri Krishna's own desire, but it can hold no sway over the Lord's close devotees. Tika. Time is one of the Lord's powers. At this time, created beings, impure due to the influence of this age of Kali, are sucked into this force of time. But this great force of time is a form of Sri Krishna's own desire. So it affects even Brahma the Creator, but never obstructs his dearest and closest devotees. Verses 17 and 18. That snake of time can devour others, but it cannot touch or even smell the devotee who imbibes the nectar of devotion and takes shelter in the enlightened being that is Sri Vallabhacharyaji Mahaprabhuji. Tika. This time is a serpent that devours the whole world, but it cannot touch those devotees who imbibe the nectar of the Lord's lotus feet and lips, the dust of his feet and the prasad graced by his lips. In his Sapta Shloki, 7 verses, Sri Gosai has written, May I find shelter at the feet of those embodied souls for whom, although covered in the darkness of the whole heap of sins, bitten by the serpent of time, fall into the ocean of worldly existence and turned away from their own righteous path, Sri Vallabhacharyaji's moonlight glance, which is the nectar of mercy, has appeared and rendered them immortal in a single second. The impurity inherent in this age of Kali cannot obstruct those who take refuge in Sri Vallabhacharyaji, the most elevated saintly being and pure devotee on the path of grace. Time is under the control of the Lord and so remains fearful of accomplished devotees. If the Lord himself cannot obstruct such devotees, what can time hope to do? In the stories of the 84 devotees, the account of Prabhudas Jalota is well known. He gave liberation in exchange for some curds for Sri Thakurji. If the supplier of the curds had asked for devotion, he would have granted exactly that. How could time possibly affect such a devotee? Verse 19. Accomplished devotees never have anxiety in their hearts about time in any undertaking. Sri Acharyaji has taught in his Navaratna or 9 Jewels treatise, whatever the Lord does know it to be his play, whatever the Lord does, know it to be his play and give up all anxiety. Renounce anxiety and contemplate his pastimes instead. Tika 19. A pure devotee adeptly follows the divine path of devotion at all times. They don't need to worry about the time they live in. Sri Acharyaji has written, Know whatever happens to be his play, and so immediately renounce all anxiety. Keep your heart free from worry, and just see Sri Krishna's play in everything. Verses 20 and 21. Why be surprised by Sri Krishna's pastime of creation, or indeed by any other pastime? Wisdom is to see that he acts from his own wish for the devotee's benefit, so why worry? Tika. The Srimad Bhagavatam tells of 10 types of pastimes, from creation to destruction, death. The one who perceives the Lord's pastimes alone in every situation is known as wise. Sri Acharyaji has stated in his Vivekadarya Ashray treatise, true wisdom is knowing that Sri Krishna will accomplish everything according to his own will. Vivekastu harihi sarvam nije chata karishyati. So, see his wish and plan in everything. This attitude characterizes his close devotees who see the beloved Lord's will as the instrument in any and every happening. Verse 22. You have heard the accounts of pure devotees, you keep their company and you are exclusively attached to Sri Krishna's lotus feet, so what worry can you possibly have? Tika. Your consciousness is linked to the Lord. You have heard about love for him. You have had a lot of association with devotees, and therefore you should have no worries at all. Direct all your love towards Sri Krishna and Sri Acharyaji's lotus feet, and never foster anxiety. So we'll pause the reading today at this conclusion of verse 22 in letter 24, and we'll continue tomorrow with letter 23. सब वैष्णवों को जय श्री राधे, जय श्री कृष्ण, श्री आचार्य जी की जय हो, जय श्री कृष्ण, आज के आनंद की जय हो।